Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Yeah, it's all about emotions. Discovering the unlimited range and intensity of emotion. It's all about that. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Once you get to that emotional level connected with the Lord, it's you're a cooked goose, you know. Because there's no way you can rationalize away emotions. And there's no way you can get rid of them by taking intoxication. And there's no way you can ignore them by just throwing yourself into activities, because they don't go away. That's at the root of everything, is the emotions. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And that, when those become aligned with Krishna, Hare Krishna, and then your fate is sealed, you know. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now, it's like, you know, Krishna is God, okay? He's the supreme controller of everyone and everything. I was hearing the famous musical composition, Hallelujah, 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 may he reign forever and ever, you know, like his grandeur, his greatness, right? I mean, that's Krishna, okay? But, Hare Krishna, he's making himself available in another way, not just reign forever and ever and all powerful and all that. I mean, that's there. But he's tapping into the emotional level, which really doesn't have much to do with all that grandeur. It really doesn't have much to do with it. And he's available to anyone and everyone on the emotional level. And that's the great, great mercy of what's going on right now in the planet. Most likely the universe. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It has nothing to do with opulences. Or, you know, when they say love is blind, yeah, it really is. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Because it's on that level of feeling and emotion, and it's just strongest current ever. That aspect of our connection with Source is an emotional connection, so strong. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yeah, it's just Hare Krishna, Hare. He's like helpless, you become totally helpless. It's just Hare Krishna, Hare, and kind of useless too. I mean, when you're swept away with emotions, you know, it's kind of a basket case in other ways. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I mean, I just give thanks that everybody else is doing everything, because I can't do a damn thing. I can't do anything. I'm just like totally emotional. well, here, we'll get you some medication and then, you'll be able to function in a practical way within society. No thanks. No thanks. Hare Krishna, Hare. No, it's not some disease. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. It's tapping into this. There's no love without emotion. You can only talk about love. You can't experience it without emotion. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. So I'm so thankful that devotees who aren't overwhelmed by the emotional aspect of love of Godhead, that are busy doing everything. I mean, I give thanks, man. They're performing the yajna, they're doing sacrifices, they're working hard, for Krishna. I mean, thank God they're doing that, because I sure can't. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. The last time I went to Mong, I couldn't go this morning. I just couldn't do it. It's just too intense for me. I went the day before yesterday to the Mongol Arctic. I was just in the back of the room crying my heart out, Krishna. And Krishna's presence was there. I mean, and they were doing all the work. And I just paid my obeisances outside the temple. So I wasn't just paying obeisances to the deities on the altar. I was paying obeisances to the whole show, All the devotees in there, Prabhupada, the deities, and all the devotees. I mean, I was just paying my obeisances outside, where everybody's got their shoes, I mean, that's Hare Krishna, pay my obeisances to the whole shebang. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare. I said, my heart goes out to those devotees, I can't do what they're doing. I mean, I did, years ago, I was able to march, and I was full of pride, and I was full of anger, and I was full of envy, I was full of all kinds of stuff, and I was able to march, but I don't have that now. I just don't have that now. I can't march. My marching days are over. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. But thank God, somebody can do it, because it really does please the Lord to have that facility open, so people can, the conditioned souls can make at least an initial connection. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Prabhupada wanted big temples. Yeah, it's good. Big temple. What? It would attract the people, the conditioned souls. Hare Krishna, Hare. But that's not my activity now. And it's natural, especially when you get older, because you can't do so many. March, and you're like, you can hardly get on the floor to pay obeisances and then get up. You're going to march? Come on. Hare Krishna. 20 minutes to find my glasses? Come on. I'm not marching material, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I'm just only suited right now for experiencing different kinds of emotions. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Sleepless nights. Yeah, that's not real attractive to most people, Sleepless nights, intense anxiety, crying. Oh, that's not attractive, But a big, fire sacrifice or a yajna with the hope of getting some opulences, now that's attractive, right? That's the sugarcoating. Because the real thing, it will come eventually. The real thing is the crying and the emotions and the sleepless nights and the uninvolvement in social events. I mean, that's the real thing. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So, given that, I was inclined to read from Ancha Lila, the last chapter, or Chaitanya's Madness, Krishna, in separation from the mood of Radharani, in separation from Krishna. She can't find Krishna anywhere. Hare, she's missing Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. But it's Krishna wanting to experience that, what she experiences. And he's demonstrating that this is what he is looking for in devotees. And that is the goal, his whole goal. Because that mood, he saturated that mood with the Sankirtan. So even when the yagnas are going on and the big hoo-has and the big temples, that mood of Lord Chaitanya is there. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So he has his external display, and then there is the internal mood. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So here we go with Ancha Lila. I offer my most humble, respectful obeisances to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And to my dear friend and guide, that madman, Srila Gaurahari Das Avadu. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So, Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya, Jai Nityananda, Jai Advaita Chandra, Jai Gaur Bhaktivinoda. And this is Ancha Lila, Chapter 19, the inconceivable behavior of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Text 1. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the most exalted of all devotees, of mothers. Now, I don't have no idea what that means, why he's being addressed in that way. The most exalted devotee of, the most exalted of all devotees of mothers. So he's a devotee of mother. He's a devotee. Interesting. I have no idea why he's being addressed like that. Just one more thing to be revealed. Hare Krishna. And not this way, but this way. Spoke like a madman and rubbed his face against the walls. Overwhelmed by knowledge. No. Overwhelmed by emotions of ecstatic love. He would sometimes enter the Jagannath Vallabha garden to perform his pastimes. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. Yeah. Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya, Jai Nityananda, Jai Advaita Chandra, Jai Gaur Bhaktivinoda. All glories to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All glories to Lord Nityananda. All glories to Advaita Acharya. All glories to all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In the ecstasy of love of Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thus behaved like a madman, talking insanely all day and night. So this is not to be imitated. It's not an imitation thing. This actually is what happens. Someone is in the ecstasy of love of Krishna. They behave in a very unusual way. And Lord Chaitanya is showing us he's talking insanely all day and night. Hare Krishna. Jagadananda Pandit was a very dear devotee of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The Lord derived great pleasure from his activities. So the Lord is surrounded by devotees who love the Lord and are fully appreciating his ecstatic mood and his talking crazy, his acting behavior. They're fully appreciating the intensity of the emotions he's manifesting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. They're attracted. Hare Krishna, basically, they're attracted. Because Jagadananda Pandit, a very dear devotee of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the Lord also is appreciating the activities of his devotees. So the Lord derived great pleasure from Jagadananda's activities. Hare Krishna, Krishna, not just a one-way street. Okay, text 5. Knowing his mother to be greatly afflicted by separation, the Lord would send Jagadananda Pandit to Navadvip every year to console her. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Jagadananda Pandit, "Go to Nadia and offer my obeisances to my mother. Touch her lotus feet in my name." Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. So this is the Sachi Mata, is the embodiment of maternal affection. She's relating to the Lord as her son, as her child. She has that strong bond of emotional affection for the Lord as her son. And she's absorbed in intense mood of separation. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Like Mother Yasoda, she was able to enjoy relationship with the Lord as he was his childhood activities. She and Jagannath Mishra. So, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Now in his young manhood, she's experiencing separation, because he's taken sannyas as a young man. The Lord says, "Tell her for me," quote, "Please remember, I come here every day and offer my respects to your lotus feet," end quote. So the Lord is there. He's with her, as they say. The Lord is with her, but in a different way, in his spirit, in the spirit. He's there. He's actually there. He says, "Please remember, I come here every day and offer my respects to your lotus feet." Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Any day you desire to feed me, I certainly come and accept whatever you offer. Yeah, that's very much a part of the maternal relationship, is to nourish. You want to nourish the Lord, to feed the one you love, nourish the one you love. You want to see them take food. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. It is very strong for a mother, because when the child is small, she's feeding him from her own body, from milk from her breast. So the bond is very strong to want to nourish and feed. And that bond doesn't go away when they grow up and are not taking their nourishment from the breast of the mother. That still, that feeling of love and wanting to feed the Lord is still there. And he may be cooking things. He's taking solid food now. So she's experiencing this intense separation of her loving mood for wanting to nourish the Lord and see him strong and happy. Hare Krishna. Oh God. Sachi. Mata. Text 9. The Lord continues, I have given up service to you and have accepted the vow of sannyas. I have thus become mad and have destroyed the principles of religion. Yes, I have given up service to you. It's part of the son and the daughter, the children, if there's no son, the daughter, to see to the welfare of the parents, and to the point of their final departure, when they pass away, when they leave the body, to see that they leave in a way that is auspicious for their next destination. Oh, Krishna. So, Krishna. Janaki, sorry. She's having technical difficulties. What else is new? It's the material world. Krishna. Krishna. So, the Lord is feeling this emotion in relationship to his mother, that I've given up service to you and have accepted the vow of sannyas, which really is against religious principles, especially for a young man like that. And, leaving, not only his mother had no one but him for her protection. She has no one but her son. And he's given up serving her in that way. He's given up serving her in that way, which is a religious duty. He's destroyed religious principles. For what? For a higher principle. And not that taking sannyas is a higher principle. That, yes and no. The highest principle is the serving the Lord in ecstatic love, and it just took that form of him taking sannyas. It's not that because that's also within the religious practices, and ecstatic love of Godhead is not bound by religious practice. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. He's saying, by doing this, going against religious principles, I have become mad. Yeah, he's become mad. Hare Krishna. He's become mad in ecstatic love of Godhead, because that's the reason for breaking the religious principles. Not to fall down and become a derelict and a material sense enjoyer. That's one way to break religious principles. That's not, and to become mad by doing that. But that's not the kind of madness that the Lord is experiencing. Although it sounds like that's what he's saying. He's saying, I've given up my service to you, which is my religious duty, and have accepted sannyas. But that goes against religious principles, to not serve you, my mother, especially when you're totally dependent on me, your only child. And I've destroyed religious principles, and that's why I've become mad. So it sounds like a fall down, right? No, that's not what he's talking about. Hare Krishna. Then he continues, Mother, please do not take this as an offense, for I, your son, am completely dependent upon you. Okay, so that first verse that we read, okay, this is verse 10. When where Krishnadas Kaviraja begins the discussion, and he says, this is the first verse of the chapter, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the most exalted of all devotees of mothers, spoke like a madman and rubbed his face against the wall. Okay, so he is dispatching Jagadananda Pandit to console his mother. So that's why in the beginning he's addressed as, just like Radharani is the best of all devotees, well here the Lord is acting as Krishna. And sometimes he acts as Krishna, and sometimes he's in the mood of Radharani. Okay, here he's in the mood of Krishna, the son of Mother Sachi and Jagannath Mishra. So he's acting as Krishna here. He's absorbed, his madness is in the mood of Radharani in separation from Krishna, but in relating to his mother, he's acting as Krishna, the son of Sachi. And in that sense, he's showing it's like Radharani is the best of all devotees of the Lord. He's showing here the best of all devotees of mothers. He says, this is Krishna, Chaitanya acting as Krishna, he says, please, do not take this as an offense, for I, your son, am completely dependent upon you. The Lord has a lot of things going on at once. So, acting as the son of Mother Sachi, he reassures her that I've not left you. If you want to offer something to me, you want to make some offering to me, I come there and I accept. And I come to visit you every day and offer respects to your feet. Every day I come there, even though I'm in Jagannath Puri miles away. Just even in the material sense, people that have a loving bond with each other, if they're separated, they still feel the closeness. Like sometimes in wartime, the soldier is far away in another land, and he's intensely meditating and feeling the presence of the one he loves, who he's left back home. They feel like they're with them. Like my father was like that. He always talked about his mother. His mother died from rheumatic fever when he was 9 years old. He was the youngest of, I think, 5 children. And she really favored him. But she had him doing everything. He actually was like, she was bedridden for quite a while. And she would instruct him how to cook. And he would cook for the family. He would do the clothes for the family. He was the little one. It's like, she passed away when he was 9. So as a very small child, he was serving her in so many ways. And she gave him a lot of love because he was doing so much service, even though the other kids were older. So he had a very strong bond with her, and he always felt, his life became very difficult after that, after she left, because his father remarried, and the women he married didn't have much affection for the children from the first, the same old story. The stepmother, Actually, he went through 2 or 3 stepmothers, and they were pretty brutal. He used to tell the stories. But he always felt like she was with him. He would always tell us that. She has not left me. She is with me, and she is right here with me. So even on that level, people feel that connection. So this is what the Lord is describing. And we know that it's not an illusion if the Lord is describing it. So there's no illusory aspect to this. This is actually the case in its purest form. Please do not take offense. I, your son, am completely dependent upon you. I am staying here at, this is the message he wants Jagannatha Pandit to take to her, so she can meditate on this. I am staying here at Nilachala Jagannath Puri according to your order. As long as I live, I shall not leave this place. Yeah, when the Lord was taking sannyas, he asked where he should go, make his headquarters. He was going to travel and preach, but he needed a headquarters, and his mother requested Jagannath Puri because it was accessible, and she could get word of him back and forth, which is what is happening here. The Lord is at Nilachala Jagannath Puri, and he's sending Jagannath Pandit with a message to his mother. So this was the kind of thing she was hoping for, so that she wouldn't be completely cut off from him, that she could at least get messages. Okay, next text. Following the order of Paramanandapuri, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sent his mother the prasad clothing left by Lord Jagannath after his pastimes as a cowherd boy. Okay, evidently there was some festival in the temple, and there were some decorations to indicate Lord Jagannath being absorbed in the mood of the cowherd boys. There must have been some festival there. And so those remnants from that festival of Jagannath Puri, Jagannath Temple, are being sent to his mother. Wow. Krishna. I was like, super maha, 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 maha. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very carefully brought first-class prasad from Lord Jagannath and sent it in separate packages to his mother and the devotees at Nadia. Hare Krishna. Wow, what a sweetheart, huh? Krishna. Ah, God. Sending prasad to everybody from Jagannath. Oh. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the topmost gem of all devotees of mothers. He rendered service to his mother even after he had accepted the vow of sannyas. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Wow. No impersonalism here. Jagannatha Pandit thus returned to Nadia, and when he met Sachimata, he conveyed to her all the Lord's salutations. He then met all the other devotees, headed by Advaitacharya, and gave them the prasad of Jagannath. After staying for 1 month, he took permission from Mother Sachi to leave. Yeah. Hare Krishna. She's eternally the Lord's mother. He's never going to renounce her. That renunciation that was going on was for preaching purposes, but internally the Lord will never renounce his mother. It's an eternal relationship. But in order to preach, he had to make a show of renunciation. But it's not like he would ever give up that loving relationship with his mother. It's an eternal relationship. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. I got a little taste of that. Not that necessarily my relationship with my father was eternal in the sense that we experienced it on this plane. But, yeah, like in caring for him in his last days, he was in his 90s, and he really couldn't manage the affairs of life just to keep his life going. he wanted to, but he really couldn't. His thinking, he was messing up. And so I had to come in and manage for him, which kind of didn't sit well with our relationship as him, the father, and me, the daughter, because he liked to keep it where I was maybe like 10 or 11 years old and I was his daughter. That's his comfort zone. That I was, still a child and he was the father. That's what made him happy. So I had to kind of, humor that, and because that's where his heart was. And so in order to get things done, I had to work around that. In other words, I couldn't just tell him what to do. I had to get somebody else with a uniform or a badge or something to tell him what to do. I could never instruct him on anything or tell him anything to do, which made it a bit of a challenge. Or I had to word it in such a way that so-and-so told me that you were supposed to do this, and then he could do it, So I had to work around that relationship for his peace of mind, because that's where his soft heart was. And it was fun. I mean, I don't mind. I had such a wonderful relationship with that person. He was such a sweetheart. It's like that couldn't change, even though the externals changed. And he was like totally helpless. I mean, that didn't change. He always had to be in that position of, I was the child and he was the father. He had to be in that position. So that's just on this plane, and that's just something that I experienced, on this temporary platform. But here, looking at this, you can see that it's really an eternal principle for the Lord, is that relationship remained intact, even though the Lord was acting as a sannyasi, because he had preaching work to do. That relationship with his mother was not going to change. And he was maintaining it in different ways, while still externally acting as a sannyasi for preaching purposes. So that relationship was never going to change, no matter how the externals changed. Hare Krishna, you get some sense of that. Like, if we know how to do it, the things around us can confirm the eternal truths, even though the things that are going on around us are not necessarily on the eternal field. We can get some idea if we know how to see. If we can see, they're reflections, and they confirm the eternal. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Text 17. Oh Lord, when he went to Advaitacharya and also asked his permission to return, Advaita Prabhu gave him a message to deliver to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, so this is Jagannananda Pandit. He asked permission from Mother Sachi. He was there for a month, and he's asking permission from Mother Sachi, and now he's gone to Advaita Prabhu, who's given him a message to take to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Like, they didn't have internet, They didn't have cell phones, they didn't have internet. Even books were really hard to produce. They were written on palm leaves, handwritten on palm leaves. So he's giving, Advaita is giving Jagannatha Pandit a message. Advaitacharya had written a sonnet in equivocal language with an import that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could understand, but others could not. So something going on here in code, which undoubtedly is deep on the emotional plane. In his sonnet, Advaita Prabhu first offered his obeisances hundreds and thousands of times unto the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He then submitted the following statement at his lotus feet. So Advaita Acharya is also Krishna, but he's incarnated as a devotee of Krishna. And he's a combined manifestation of Mahavishnu and Lord Shiva. So, he's here in the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his Chaitanya Leela. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Mahavishnu is always very eager to see Krishna. There's that pastime where he stole the sons of Krishna's teacher. No, it was Krishna and Arjuna that went to see Mahavishnu, and then he told them that he had been waiting to see them because he wanted darshan, Krishna and Arjuna. Why did they go there? Someone's son said that. I think it was Devaki's 6 sons. That's how they got the 6 sons back for Devaki. Anyway, it's foggy. There was a pastime where Krishna and Arjuna, in order to bring someone back from the other world, went to see Mahavishnu. And then when they got there, Vishnu was saying, he was waiting to see them, he wanted darshan. So here, Advaita Prabhu is an incarnation, mixed incarnation of Lord Shiva and Advaita Prabhu and Mahavishnu. So he's composed this sonnet, which is in code. No one's going to understand it except Lord Chaitanya. And he offers his obeisances hundreds and thousands of times unto the lotus feet of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He then submitted the following statement at his lotus feet. Text 20. Please inform Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is acting like a madman, that everyone here has become mad like him. Inform him also that in the marketplace, rice is no longer in demand. That's that famous verse. Rice is no longer in demand. The marketplace. Yeah. The marketplace. Hare Krishna. This is not the ordinary marketplace, like, you go to Loy Bazaar and you buy rice. That's not the marketplace. He's talking about the marketplace of the holy name. The holy name is being distributed freely, and it's on the lips of many different types of people who are connected in one way or another with the yagna for the holy name. Hare Krishna. So it's the marketplace of the holy name, and that they become mad for another kind of prasadam. Yes, prasadam is always good, but they've become mad for the taste of the holy name in that marketplace of the holy name. They've gone mad for the taste of the holy name. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. At least that's what I'm seeing. And experiencing. Hare Krishna. Those now mad in ecstatic love are no longer interested in the material world. Okay. Yeah, prasadam, I take that back. Prasadam is never material. But he's talking about material enjoyment. That's what he's talking about. Tell Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that Advaita Prabhu, who has also become a madman in ecstatic love, has spoken these words. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. So that's the platform of pure devotion. Until that ecstatic mood is there is still some way to go. There is still something material coming in. And Advaita is describing that there's nothing material. We become ecstatic in madness for the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. And that's what's going on. And they're all in the mood of separation in Nadia, Navadvip, because Lord Chaitanya is now in Jagannath Puri. So their madness is intense in the mood of separation. Hare Krishna. Really? Next verse? Oh no. When he heard Advaita Acharya's statement, Jagannatha Pandit began to laugh. He began to laugh. Wow. Oh, that Jagannatha Pandit. He's going to go back and be with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the others are all like crying and separation and madness. Jagannatha Pandit's laughing. Psh, Krishna. Wow. Wow, there's a lot going on. Ah, Krishna. When he returned to Jagannath Puri, Nilachala, he informed Chaitanya Mahaprabhu of everything. Krishna. This is really coded stuff. This is deep code. Text 23. What now? We're going to hear how Lord Chaitanya reacts. Jagannatha is lighthearted and laughing in ecstasy of love of Krishna. And he's bringing this message and telling him of the activities going on in the devotees in separation. And this is Lord Chaitanya's reaction. This is how he responds. It's not a reaction. He responds like this. He says, after hearing the equivocal sonnet by Advaita Acharya, that was the one about rice is no longer in demand in the marketplace, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu quietly smiled. Quote, that is his order, end quote. He said, and then fell silent. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. That is his order. Is he speaking as Radharani, or is he speaking as Krishna? Who's speaking here? He's referring to Krishna, his order. It's a capital H. Whose order? His order. Oh my goodness, another one to be revealed at a later date. Okay. Swarup Damodar is going to try and help us out here. Next verse. Although he knew the secret, Swarup Damodar Goswami inquired from the Lord, quote, what is the meaning of this sonnet? I could not understand it. Hare Krishna. Text 25. Oh no. Oh no. No, it can't be. Text 25. No! No! Okay. After Srila Damodar asked this, what's the meaning of this verse? I don't understand. Can you explain it? Chaitanya says. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, quote, Advaitacharya is a great worshipper of the Lord and is very expert in regulative principles enjoined in the Vedic literatures. Advaitacharya is a great worshipper of the Lord and is very expert in the regulative principles of the Vedic literatures. Advaitacharya is a great worshipper of the Lord and is very expert in the regulative principles enjoined in the Vedic literatures. Advaitacharya invites the Lord to come and be worshipped, and to perform the worship he keeps the deity for some time. Advaitacharya invites the Lord to come and be worshipped, and to perform the worship he keeps the deity for some time. Advaitacharya invites the Lord to come and be worshipped, and to perform the worship he keeps the deity for some time. I'm reading these 3 times because if you read it 3 times, it has more staying power. Hare Krishna. Oh no. Krishna. Krishna. Text 27. After the worship is completed, he sends the deity somewhere else. So why was he worshiping the deity? So that Krishna would come and be worshipped. Now Krishna is present in his holy name. So what it looks like is Advaitacharya is worshiping the deity so that the Lord will become manifest in his holy name, which is the actual process of worship for this age. And then he's turning over the worship of the deity to someone else. He says he sends the deity somewhere else. Once the holy name, Krishna is present in the holy name, then worshiping the deity so that Krishna will become present is given to someone else. Hare Krishna. I do not know the meaning of this sonnet, nor do I know what is in Advaita Prabhu's mind. It's interesting. Now, it's different from the Mayavadis, or the impersonalists, who worship the deity to become like one with God, and then they abandon the deity. That's not the same as this, although it looks like it, but it's not. Because the devotee, like Advaita Acharya, is worshipping the deity so that Krishna will be present. And Krishna is present in his holy name. And that is the actual form of worship for this age, is especially the congregational chanting of the holy names. So Advaitacharya is worshipping the deity, for him the shalagram, with tulsi and Ganges water, praying for the Lord to be present. And now the Lord is present, so worshipping like that, he has turned it over to someone else. Then the Lord says, I don't understand the sonnet, and I don't know what is in Advaita Prabhu's mind. And he says, Hare Krishna. I don't know who's speaking here. Is it Lord Chaitanya as Krishna, or is it Lord Chaitanya as in the mood of Radharani? He's always in the mood of Radharani at separation, but sometimes he plays a part that is more inclined to see him as Krishna. So he says here, Advaitacharya is a great mystic. No one can understand him. He is expert in writing sonnets that even myself cannot understand. Hare Krishna, sounds like he's drifting off into the mood of Radharani, but we'll see. Hearing this, all the devotees were astonished, especially Swarup Damodar, who became somewhat morose. Swarup Damodar thought he understood the sonnet, okay? And it may well be that he did, but he's not understanding Lord Chaitanya's response to it. He's becoming morose. Like, why is the Lord saying he doesn't understand this? So Damodar thought for sure he understood it, but the Lord is saying he doesn't. A lot going on in these pastimes on the emotional level. From that day on, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's emotional state changed markedly. His feelings of separation from Krishna doubled in intensity. Yeah. From that day on, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's emotional state changed markedly. His feelings of separation from Krishna doubled in intensity. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Yeah. Yeah, this is Radharani. Krishna in the mood of Radharani. In separation. And he's saying, in her mood, Advaitacharya is a great mystic. No one can understand him. He's expert in writing sonnets that even myself cannot understand. And in the previous verse, he links Advaitacharya with, someone who is following regulative principles, someone who keeps the deity for some time and then sends the deity away. And that he's a worshiper of the Lord and very expert in regulative principles. Yeah, so that his intensity increased. Yeah, Hare Krishna. Wow. As his feelings of separation and the ecstasy of Srimati Radharani increased at every moment, the Lord's activities, both day and night, were now wild, insane performances. Not to be imitated. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. But it doesn't mean there isn't the real thing. Hare Krishna. Suddenly there awoke in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu the scene of Lord Krishna's departure to Mathura. And he began exhibiting the symptoms of ecstatic madness known as Udgirna. This is all emotional stuff. It's all emotional experiences in Krishna consciousness. Oh, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Yohan, he wants them to get the messages. He's thinking, well, he could use pigeons, carrier pigeons. Why didn't they set up something, these carrier pigeons? And they could write it and tie it on it and send the pigeon. He wants them to get these messages so badly. He's thinking of ways to get the messages. They could use pigeons. Yeah, right. He really wants them to stay in touch with the Lord. Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna. It's so funny. Devotees are so sweet. Yeah, Krishna. Okay. So this madness, the scene. See, these different scenes, these different pastimes, they're meant to awaken these different emotions. So he's the scene of Krishna being taken to Mathura by Krura, and it's awakening these emotions, and he's exhibiting some symptoms called udgirna. We're going to find out what that is, most likely. Okay, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke like a madman, holding Ramananda Roy by the neck. And he questioned Swarup Damodar, thinking him to be his gopi friend. How do you hold someone by the neck? How do you hold them by the neck? Hold like this? Holding? How do you hold them by the neck? If you hold someone by the neck, they certainly can't get away. You got them by the neck. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. He's holding Ramananda Roy by the neck, and he's asking Swarup Damodar, thinking him to be a gopi friend. Because he's in the mood of Radharani and separation, as Krishna is being taken to Mathura. Just as Srimati Radharani inquired from her personal friend Vishaka, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, reading that very verse, began speaking like a madman. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I might not be able to read much more of this, but this is a long verse. It's a quote from Lalita Madhava of Sri Rupa Goswami. My dear friend, where is Krishna, who is like a moon rising from the ocean of Maharaj Nanda's dynasty? Where is Krishna? His head decorated with a peacock feather. Where is he? Where is Krishna, whose flute produces such a deep sound? Oh, where is Krishna, whose bodily luster is like the luster of the blue Indranila jewel? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna, who is so expert in rasa dancing? Oh, where is he who can save my life? Kindly tell me where to find Krishna, the treasure of my life and best of my friends. Feeling separation from him, I hereby condemn Providence, the shaper of my destiny. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Okay, let's do it one more. Let's go through it again. Oh, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. My dear friend, where is Krishna, who is like the moon rising from the ocean of Maharaj Nanda's dynasty? Where is Krishna, his head decorated with a peacock feather? Where is he? Where is Krishna, whose flute produces such a deep sound? Oh, where is Krishna, whose bodily luster is like the luster of the blue Indranila jewel? Where is Krishna, who is so expert in rasa dancing? Oh, where is he who can save my life? Kindly tell me where to find Krishna, the treasure of my life, the best of my friends. Feeling separation from him, I hereby condemn Providence, the shaper of my destiny. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Okay, one more time. So this is Lord Chaitanya in the mood of separation from Krishna, as Radharani in the mood of separation from Krishna, as Krishna is leaving Vrindavan with Akrura to go to Mathura. And Lord Chaitanya is questioning Swarup Damodar as if he were, whose neck is he? Yeah, he's holding Ramananda Roy by the neck. And he's questioning Swarup Damodar as if Radharani questioning Vishaka, one of her girlfriends. And they're all experiencing separation from Krishna. And she's asking, my dear friend, where is Krishna, who is like the moon rising from the ocean of Maharaj Nanda's dynasty? Where is Krishna, his head decorated with a peacock feather? Where is he? Where is Krishna, whose flute produces such a deep sound? Oh, where is Krishna, whose bodily luster is like the luster of the blue Indranila jewel? Where is Krishna, who is so expert in rasa dancing? Oh, where is he who can save my life? Kindly tell me where to find Krishna, the treasure of my life and the best of my friends. Feeling separation from him, I hereby condemn Providence, the shaper of my destiny. Krishna. So, this is Rupa Goswami, verse by Rupa Goswami. Hare Krishna, Hare, to help us. He's expressing these things. How is he expressing them? Because he's experiencing them. And by hearing in the right way from those absorbed in with intense desire to enter into this ecstatic, loving worship of the Lord, by hearing, then we can taste what they're tasting, because rice is no longer in demand. in the marketplace. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Oh my God. Wow. Very well.